Hello, everyone, and welcome to this live stream webinar. Let me explain a bit how I went into Web3. Because if you know me, I have a background in business analytics. I also had an investment club at a certain moment, which was not for my business, for my pleasure, if you can call it like that. And then I went into marketing. So today I am a fractional CMO for tech scale-ups. So I help tech scale-ups with their marketing. And those tech scale-ups, of course, they are using innovative technologies, or they are really in the tech sphere where a lot of new things are happening. So for me, it was logical, I would say, to have a look also at Web3. And so with my background in ICT, in finance and marketing, with those three things coming together, it made sense for me to look at Web3. And also because of my background, it was easier for me, of course, to learn about these new technologies. So how did that start? So let's go back to the beginning of 2022. Then I started my podcast, CMO Stories. And I decided to start this podcast even a bit earlier at the Web Summit in 2021. I was there and I had the opportunity to book the podcast booth. And I said, why not start a podcast while I'm there in Lisbon? And so I invited people to come on my podcast, and there it all started. In the beginning, the podcast was around, I would say, general marketing topics, email marketing, social media marketing, how to use a book for your marketing. Interesting conversations, interesting episodes. You can always find those episodes back if you want. Let me find the banner of my podcast. It's www.cmo-stories.com, or you can just find it on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. So there it started, the podcast, and it helped me to connect with a lot of people. But in the beginning, as I said, was not around Web3, it was general. But at that moment, a few months later, I went to San Diego. I went to Social Media Marketing World, and I connected with Mark Schaefer, who is a well-known digital influencer. I think is in the top 3 digital influencers worldwide. And I met him there and had the opportunity to have a lunch with him and a few others in his community because I had bought this token. I explain more about tokens in the second session, but just for now, understand that it's a digital, I would say, asset that gave me access to Mark. So I went into Mark's community and on Discord, which is also a place where a lot of Web3 people are. I went in his community on Discord. So just for now, remember that. At the same moment, at the end of the event, Michael Stelzner, who is the founder of Social Media Marketing World, said that he would give an NFT to everyone that has attended the event and that claimed it. So I said, an NFT, what's that? So I claimed the NFT. And by claiming the NFT, I got a few perks. I got access. Okay, still needed to pay for the event, but I got emails and stuff around a new event that he was organizing, which is called the Crypto Business Conference. Now, in the meantime, the Crypto Business Conference was planned for October. I met Mark and Michael in March from 2022. I was in Mark's community and I took some initiatives to organize Metaverse events, so events in digital worlds. Together with a few other people in the community, we organized events around, I would say, TED Talks, mini TED Talks. Imagine people giving a presentation in a digital world with their avatars. We organized also an AI art exhibition. AI is hot these days. We also did not so long ago a panel discussion around different metaverses. So I was really starting to find my way around the metaverse. And next to that, for my podcast, I have been inviting so many people from the Web3, from the blockchain space on my podcast. So season 2 is only about that. So because of my connection with all those people in the Web3 space, it helped me connect with them, of course, but also I learned a lot from them, and they were open to share all of their experiences. And just by asking them and by getting people on the show, I got connected with more and more other people. So then I went also to the Crypto Business Conference, made more connections, went to the Web Summit, made more connections, more people on the podcast. And then today I'm ready to help Web3 companies with their marketing. And I have already launched my W3X Web3 Mastermind, which is a mastermind for entrepreneurs and marketers that want to use Web3, that want to learn Web3 and want to use Web3 for their business. That's my story up until now, I would say. But now you are here, of course, because you want to learn a bit. What is Web3, Yuri? What are you talking about? What is digital identity? Because those are key concepts that you need to know if you want to dive deeper into Web3. So Web 1 versus Web 2 versus Web 3, that's what I use, this comparison, when people ask me to explain what is Web 1, what is Web 2, what is Web 3, then you can understand what is Web 3. Let me just find a video that I made on TikTok and show it to you, because it explains in 1 minute what is actually Web 3.
My friend Yuri, and he has some amazing tips for you about Web3.
Yes, hello everyone. Thank you, Alicia. I'm Yuri, and a lot of questions that I get around Web3 is exactly what is Web3. So to explain this, let me just say what is Web 1. Web 1.0 is like when the internet started. It's all about reading, consuming content. Then Web 2 came. It's in two directions, read, write. So for instance, like social media, you put content on social media and you read content on social media. But the problem is that you don't own your data. And that's where Web3 comes in. With Web3, you don't have the issue that a company like Facebook owns your data and can just delete your account whenever they want. You own your data. If you want more tips, just hit the follow button. Thank you.
Absolutely amazing.
So that was this TikTok video. I hope that it helped you a bit to understand the difference between Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3. You can find it on TikTok, but also on Instagram. You will be able to find it on Facebook. I will also put it on YouTube Shorts. Let me just put on my banner for TikTok, because that's not my name. You will find me under my username Web3, which is Dutch for Web3, by the way. Okay, let's go again to the slides that I've prepared. No, that's not the right one. It's always when you go live, looking for the right one. Yeah, that's the one. I have too many tabs open. Okay, that was the video about Web3. But what is actually Web3? So let me go to the next slide. There are a few concepts you need to understand. So Web3 is actually the new version of the internet, is the decentralized internet. So comparing to Web 2, where there were centralized identities, as I said on the video, like Facebook owns your data. They can decide what they want to do with your data. They can delete your account. You don't own your data. Web3 is not about those centralized authorities, but it's decentralized. You own your own data and you decide what to share. So the users are empowered, not the corporations. So Web3 is for me also an umbrella term. It includes like blockchain, cryptocurrencies, but not only that. People often think about crypto, but it's way more than crypto. It's about NFTs, which are non-fungible tokens, which will be explained in the second session, and the Metaverse also, which will be explained in the third session. So there are also other concepts, but those are the concepts that I think are really interesting for marketing. Blockchain, why is blockchain important? Because it makes everything secure and transparent. So it's not hidden. Everyone can see what's happening on the blockchain. Once it's on the blockchain, it's there. You cannot delete it. So it's open, it's transparent. Yeah, and you are secure, I would say. And the ultimate goal of Web3 is to have a more open and equitable internet. I am also having a look at the comments at this moment because we're live on different platforms. So now, what is blockchain? Let me take some water. Blockchain is actually what the name says. It's a chain of blocks. Hi, Gennaro. I'm happy that you could join us from Austin, Texas. Yeah, I'm also looking at the chat, guys. So the blockchain, blocks linked in a chain. So actually, it's a digital ledger for secure transactions, as I already mentioned. There is no need for a middleman. That's why it's not centralized, it's decentralized, and transactions cannot be changed. Once they are on the blockchain, they are there. Blockchain also allows for faster, cheaper transactions and more transparency. And I think it could replace better traditional systems. If you follow a bit of the news, there a lot of things are going on at the moment behind the scenes with the financial system and so on. But blockchain is really, won't go away. Blockchain is really a technology that has a lot of benefits, and we will come back to that later in this session, but also in the next session. Now, one of the first things you need to have or get if you want to be active in Web3 is a digital wallet. A digital wallet is a normal wallet, a physical wallet with your money, but then digital with cryptocurrency in it, because crypto is the way that you can pay, but also with, for instance, NFTs in their non-fungible tokens, digital assets. Just for now, understand that a digital wallet is something digital that can also be an identity. I will explain further, but for now, just understand that a digital wallet, that's a series of complex numbers. You have a public key, what they call that. It's like your bank account number. It's different numbers that you have, which represent your bank account. Everyone, if they have your bank account, they know how to send you money, but they cannot do anything else with it. Now, that's the public key. Private key is more like a password that you need to get access to your bank account, to get access to your transactions, to get access to something, you need a password. And that's actually a private key to confirm transactions that you will do with your wallet on the blockchain. And then you have the seed phrase. Yeah, that's actually more, I call it a backup solution. If you lose your password, the seed phrase can help you recover everything. It can help you recover, create your wallet again on another device. And a seed phrase you can never share with anyone else. The same as your private key, never share this. Your public key, of course, that's something if you want to get paid in your wallet, then you need to share your public key. There are 3 types of wallets: hot wallets, warm wallets, and cold wallets. And again, I have a TikTok Reels video if you want about that. It's really short, but it explains in a fast rhythm the difference between a hot, a warm, and a cold wallet. If you're new to the world of cryptocurrency, you may have heard the term wallet being thrown around quite a bit. But what exactly is a crypto wallet? First things first. A digital crypto wallet is essentially a subprogram that stores your private keys and public addresses. In simple terms, it's like a bank account for your cryptocurrencies. It allows you to send and receive digital currencies securely while keeping your assets safe from hackers or theft. Hot wallets. Now let's talk about hot wallets. These are online wallets that are connected to the internet at all times. They are easy to understand, they are easy to use and convenient for everyday transactions, but they come with a high risk of getting hacked due to their online nature. No exchange is biased. Let's have a look.
This is a hot storage option that offers an easy way to purchase crypto with fiat or higher interest options and trading. Next up, we have warm wallets. These are also known as semi-cold storage solutions because they keep some part of your private keys offline while still being connected to the internet most of the time. Exodus is such a recommended interim wallet option that allows you to keep your crypto offline while still being able to access it easily when needed. And finally, we have cold wallets, which provide the highest level of security by keeping your private keys completely offline. This means they cannot be accessed via the internet at all times, making them less susceptible to hacks or cyber attacks. Ledger and Aliball are some of the hardware device options available in the market for cold storage purposes. And this is the Aliball that I have. Conclusion, it's important to understand the differences between hot wallets, warm wallets, and cold wallets before choosing which one suits you needs best, based on factors such as convenience versus security requirements. And of course, you can also make combinations of different types of wallets. And that's actually what I am doing.
Okay, this is, by the way, my cold wallet. I hope that the connection was good. It was a TikTok video, of course. I wanted to get it up to speed, that it didn't take so much time, but still give you a lot of information. Yeah, it was a bit fun. But anyway, cold wallets, hot wallets, and warm wallets are there. So if you want to get into Web3, it's important to understand the differences. Let's now talk about MetaMask. MetaMask, a digital wallet, it's a browser extension actually, but you can add it on Chrome or on Brave. I am using the Brave browser, which is a more secure version, Web3 version of Chrome, which is based on Chrome. And if you can have NFTs in your wallet, an NFT is a non-fungible token. It's a unique digital asset. So it's not a euro or a dollar or a Bitcoin. Those assets are interchangeable. If I give you a Bitcoin, you give another Bitcoin back, it's the same. With NFT, it's different. It's really something unique. An NFT can also represent a digital identity. And MetaMask, why is MetaMask important? It can use this NFT to verify identity. I will show you in a few seconds how I use my MetaMask account to log in everywhere on different websites. So I don't need a password for Facebook, a password for Gmail, a password for LinkedIn. I have so many passwords now these days. With MetaMask, every website that accepts MetaMask, you only need one login, and it's the MetaMask wallet that makes sure that you can log in with your unique identity, with your wallet address. And it's all in the browser. So metamask.io, that's the website where you need to go to find out about MetaMask and to install it. Here I am on the website because I'm using Brave. I can install it for Brave. Now, why is it useful, as I said? Now, for instance, let me go to Uncut, which is a website where I sell my NFTs and have some NFTs. I can log in with my MetaMask account, with another wallet, which is Wallet Connect, with my Coinbase wallet, but also with email. So they are still open for people to log in with an email address. But if I click on my MetaMask account, I can log in with my MetaMask, and I'm doing it at this moment. Signing the message, and you don't see it on the screen, but I'm signing it at this moment. And that I am in my account, and I can browse my wallets and so on. I can also use it to log in to my Unstoppable login. What is Unstoppable, Yuri will say. Let's go again to the slides. Unstoppable is one of the two, I would say, bigger solutions for defining your digital identity linked to a Web3 domain name. Now, why is a Web3 domain name important? And what's the difference with a Web2 domain name? Now, Web2, think of, for instance, my website is web3.net, or my podcast website is www.cmo-stories.com. So those are domain names. You hire these domain names, you pay a rent, I would say, every year to use those domain names. And you can, those domain names actually translate a website address with like web3.net, for instance, in an IP address, which is the DNS, the domain name system that we are using today. The problem is that it has a centralized nature. So there is an hierarchy with servers involved and a number of organizations worldwide. It also has security vulnerabilities. Traditional DNS has some, yes. There are lots of cyber attacks at this moment. It's a lot in the news, as such, and also other stuff like DNS spoofing, hijacking, and so on. There is also a lack of privacy. And also those authorities can really stop or your account, or if you can really have problems because you don't really own it. Now, the Web3 domain name, it's a bit different. A domain name in Web3 translates, let me give an example. For instance, my Web3 domain name is yuri.nft. This translates into my wallet address. Another domain name that I have is cmostories.eth, and this translates in, I can also call it a bank account if you want, but it's a wallet address. With this wallet address, I can have access to websites, I can have crypto money on it, I can prove who I am to get access to events and so on because it is on the blockchain. The advantage of this Web3 domain name is that it makes it easy to give that to people. If I would give to people my 0xb4049d88, I would never remember that. And those other people, they could think that they make a mistake. Is this really Yuri? What is this number? So if I give them the cmostories.eth address, which is my podcast address, by the way, they can connect me or send me stuff over there. And if I log in with this address, they know it's really me. Same thing for yuri.nft. Now, what is the difference between those two big names, the ENS domains and unstoppable domains? ENS domains, they always end on .eth, and you pay per year. You can buy it for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, but you should remember to pay for it because you don't really own it for life. Unstoppable domains, you pay it once. It's way more expensive, but you have it for life. I have Yuri FT for life. Of course, I can sell it, but if I don't sell it, it stays my property. Also, what unstoppable domains have, they have also other benefits or features linked to that. You can have a website built on the NFT domain name, in my case, yuri.nft, or you can use an email address linked to that. If you want to use Unstoppable, let me, before I forget, give you my link. If you use yuri.link/unstoppable, if you buy domain name, you have a promotion, you have a discount, and I also get a discount on my future domain names that I will buy at Unstoppable. I will show you the website so that we are sure that you are on the right website, because there exists quite some spams these days. I see that Al needs to leave. No worries, Al. I'm happy that you joined us today. Watch the recording, and I hope to see you back for the next sessions. So let me show you now those websites. I will go sharing again. So this, what I said, was the Unstoppable website. Also here, I can log in with an email address for people that are new to Web3, or I can use my Unstoppable login, which will work through my digital wallet. Once I log in, I see all my domain names, for instance, my yuri.nft domain name, and I can have linked my avatar to that, which we will come back to when we talk about metaverses, but you can link an avatar to your digital identity. You can add an email address to your digital identity with Unstoppable. And also you can have a website, this is hash, but you can have a website. If I copy the link and I put this link here, then it will go there, but you have a beautiful name instead of that you can use like the digital identity based on Yuri.nft. Now, the other one is the Ethereum name server, ENS domains. The website is ens.domains. And then let me just take Unstoppable away from the screen. And there you can register a domain name that ends on ETH. When you go to this website, it will ask you to go to the app. When you go to the app, in my case, you see I am connected already with my wallet. You see it in the upper left corner. I am connected with cmostories.eth, which is an ENS domain name. And I can look for other addresses and buy them and get them and use them and link them to my wallet address so that I can use this as a digital identity. Okay, let me go back to this. So the digital identity, it's really important if after this session you do one thing, if you're serious about Web3 and if you want to be among the first, because it is the same thing now as with the Web2 domain names. If you are first, it's better. Like, the people that were there when the domain names, you could buy the domain names, all these popular domain names ending on .com, .be, .nl, .fr, and so on. If you were there at the beginning, you had an advantage, first mover advantage. You will have the same thing here if you take action, because most people are not aware about digital identity and their Web3 domain names. I would not have been able to buy Yuri.nft in a few years. Now I have it and I'm happy to have it. Of course, if you have questions, don't hesitate to come next time again in the session and ask it or send me a DM. I see a question from Jim. Already have my domain name.eth. Is it worth to register NFT or Polygon? Yes, Jim, I would also, you need to check at the investment, at the price, because sometimes it can be really expensive buying this NFT or .polygon domain name for life. So for instance, my cmostories.eth domain name was, I think, about $10 or $20. For a few years, it was perhaps $40. But my Yuri.nft domain name was $400. Someone in my mastermind, she was checking her first name, .nft, and it was only $40. Someone else in my mastermind, her name was $6,000. So it really depends. I would check. I don't know what you want to have as a domain name, your business name or your private name, but check it and see how much it costs. And if it does not cost so much, I would take it because it's good to have. It's an asset, can always sell it, and I don't think it will lose value. The value will be higher. So I would definitely do that, and I would advise you to have a private Web3 domain name and a business Web3 domain name, if you have a business, at least to have those both. So thank you for the question, Jim. So now for this first session, to end with this first session, I would give you now also a few tips, a few things that you could do, except of going to look for your Web3 domain name. You could have a look at my cmostories.podcast. There have been a few episodes around digital identity with Sandy Carter, for instance. Sandy Carter is one of the directors, the authorities for Unstoppable Domains. If you look for Unstoppable Domains, it will be Sandy who is speaking everywhere. She has also the digital identity sandy.nft, by the way. That was an episode I recorded. I met Sandy in San Diego and also in Lisbon at Web Summit, but we recorded it afterwards. And also here is a list. I was mentioned I saw today I was mentioned on LinkedIn in a list of 10 Web3 marketing podcasts, and they put me like there on a third place. So I was happy. It's not like a ranking, but I was happy to be mentioned on these lists. So as I already said, you find the podcast here, cmostories.com. And as I said, you can have a look at which are the episodes that are interesting to you. There are also episodes about NFTs, about the Metaverse. If you want to learn about that, about education, about banking, about fashion, about gaming, there are so many episodes, so you can really have a look at. I have published episode number 100 this week, so a lot of fun to choose. And also, if you like to learn even more, you can go to my blog, web3.net. That's where you can find all show notes around the podcast episodes, and also some of them have video podcasts. So you will find those also on my blog and on YouTube. Hello again. Here we are today for the second session of the Web3 Basics Masterclass. Today we are going to talk about NFTs, the future of digital assets. What are NFTs? NFTs are non-fungible tokens. Yuri, will you say, what are non-fungible tokens? Another name is unique digital assets, or sometimes people call them also digital collectibles, to make it easier to understand, because NFT seems a technical term, which I can understand if Web3 is new for you. So NFT is unique. They are unique digital assets, and they cannot be exchanged on a one-to-one basis. What do I mean by that? So it's important to understand the difference between non-fungible and fungible. Fungible tokens are interchangeable, like, for instance, cryptocurrencies, like Bitcoin, for instance. If I give you one Bitcoin and you give me another Bitcoin back, it has the same value. It's interchangeable. If I give you $1, you give me $1 back, it's interchangeable. Same thing with euros or another currency. Now, non-fungible tokens are not interchangeable because they have unique properties and values. And what are these unique properties and values? Now, we will show this a bit later in this session of the masterclass. But it's important to understand the concept of non-fungible. Another, I would say, I can't call it feature, but it's really important that the NFTs, there is an aspect of ownership and also of scarcity. Ownership, NFTs actually represent a verifiable digital ownership, because we can see it on the blockchain that Yuri or someone else really owns this NFT. It's on the blockchain, so we know once it's on the blockchain, it's transparent, everyone can see it, it's secure, it's hammered in the blockchain, and people cannot change it, it's there. So people can verify it and can be sure of it because it's on the blockchain. And also it's a clear chain of ownership and provenance that this is established by an NFT. Now, you can also look at it from the aspect of scarcity, because rarity and uniqueness of assets can be verified also on the blockchain. We can have limited editions, like I have a limited edition of an NFT that you will be able to get if you're watching to this session. But also one-of-a-kind items. So I can have, for instance, imagine the Mona Lisa has an NFT, which, belongs to the owner of the Mona Lisa. There is only one real Mona Lisa. So there is only one NFT, and the NFT could be like a certificate that this person owns the Mona Lisa, or this institution owns the Mona Lisa. And also, because of the scarcity aspect, it can increase value for collectors and for investors. And now, two other aspects of NFTs are the indivisibility, if that's even a word in English. NFTs are whole units, and they cannot be broken into smaller parts. I cannot cut the Mona Lisa into parts. It's one NFT. If that exists in an NFT, that would be one NFT. They are bought, sold, and traded as complete assets, these NFTs that I'm talking about. And that is the contrast with cryptocurrencies, because you can have, instead of one Bitcoin, you can cut it into, let's say, 1,000 pieces and have 1,000 of a Bitcoin. You can buy that. So that's possible. So that's the difference between NFTs and cryptocurrencies, one of the differences. Another aspect is the metadata and the smart contracts. NFTs contain metadata, and that describes the asset properties, if you want, ownership, history, and so on. Smart contracts can be used to enable functionality, like licensing. For instance, if someone sells the NFT that I sold to this person, I still get 10% of commission if they sell it. So if I sell my NFT for, let's say, $10 or 1 ETH or X Bitcoin, and this other person resells it, of course, they get the money or they get the crypto, but I still get the commission, and I can define this in the smart contract. Another aspect can be custom features that can be entered into the smart contract. But I give you some examples later in this session. So a question also that people ask, okay, there is the bear market and so on. Are NFTs still a thing? Is that something that people are still looking at? Is that still interesting? Because people think often about making gains on NFTs and on crypto, but it's not only about that. NFTs can represent many more things than only, I would say, the value. Like I already said, there can be functionalities, features added to the NFT. Now, there is a conference going on as we speak, NFT NYC, so in New York, about NFTs. And so I was curious, are people really engaging with this content? Because that's a proof that it's still a thing, if you want. So I did research on Twitter, because that's a platform for Web3, and I saw that 24,000 tweets were tweeted in the last 48 hours. And that was the day before the conference and the first day of the conference. There were 14,000 people tweeting. So that's a lot of people. There were almost 3,500 pictures put on Twitter about the conference. And there were 124 million of impressions. So that's huge. This gives an idea that NFTs are not dead. I also had an overview about the best participants. So you see that the best tweets, they get like 4 million of impressions. So that's amazing. They have 13,000 interactions with those tweets, or more than 1,000 also. It's already good also. So you see that lots of things are going on in the NFT space. Some of the best tweets I also looked up, and that those tweets are done by NFT. For instance, NYC has 120,000 followers. And if they do a tweet, that there are a lot of likes, a lot of retweets, and so on going on. But they are not the only one. They're just, of course, logically top 5. Some of the best pictures, just to show you that there is really life going on inside the NFT space, because I hope to be there next year at the conference. This year I couldn't make it. And also I'm here with you guys to do this masterclass. But you see, it seems like a really cool event. And there are other events in this space. So you see, it's still a thing. Now, I also created myself NFTs. So I created now 4 NFTs, and I will release the 5th one for you guys that are watching to this webinar or to this live stream. My first NFT actually was a password-protected NFT linked to my podcast, CMO Stories. Now, what is special about CMO Stories, about this NFT? That is that I had a password. I had a password, and I gave this password to people listening to the podcast. So in certain episodes, I gave that password, and people could buy the NFT only with the password. So by using that technique, I knew who are the people that are really listening to my podcast, because they can get the NFT. The next NFT was a community NFT that people could get for free. The first one was, no, the Qubit NFT was not for free, but was, I think, a few dollars in price. And the first one was like $25. So people could get it and be in my community and have some features, know the calendar of the guests that I would have, and ask questions and so on for the future guests. And then the third one was my survey NFT, which I will show you. I will show a short video in a minute. The survey NFT, I gave them to the people who were participating in my survey, where I was asking about the state of Web3 marketing in 2023. And as a gift, as a thank you, I sent them the NFT. And NFT was also a key to unlock the results of the survey. And then afterwards, I created a second NFT, which was for sale, which also I gave to people that participated in the survey but missed the first edition. And then also, if people still wanted to get the results, but they weren't participating, they could buy it. So let me just show you now how this works. And also something I forgot to tell you. I will show you. It's alive, ladies and gentlemen. So let me just look up one of the banners. I wanted to show you because I get questions from people. How did you create all these metrics about Twitter? You can also do them about other social media. I used yuri.link/metricool. That's the tool where you can go to. If you use this link, there will be additional advantages. If you want to try out Metricool, just use this link, yuri.link/metricool. Sorry for that interruption. I still wanted to show you that one. Let's now go to a video that has been made by Carlos Diaz, who is the founder of Uncut, and he has made a video on how I used the NFT on Uncut to unlock access to my survey results. So let's go and watch together.
Is Jory, that is a user of Uncut, and I saw he just minted a new NFT. He made a survey about the state of Web3 marketing in 2023. And if you buy his NFT, you've got bonus content. As you can see, I cannot see this content. It's locked, and I have to buy this NFT to unlock this content. So I propose we do the experience together. I'm going to buy this content. I'm going to click on collect now. And I'm going to buy it with crypto, and I'm going to pay with ETH, connecting my wallet here, and I confirm the transaction. Here we go. I've got the NFT. It's now inside my wallet. If I close this window, as you can see, now I can reveal the content attached to this NFT. And as you can see, there is a PDF attached to this NFT, and now I can download this PDF. Here we are. And I've got this content. So every time I go to this page now, I can see the content attached to this NFT, which is pretty cool, by the way.
And there I am again. Yeah, you have seen what he explained. If someone buys my NFT, what Carlos did by buying the NFT, they had directly access to value. In this case, this value was the report I made about the state of Web3 marketing in 2023. So let's now go to the next slide, because that's also really interesting for you guys. I can imagine that you say, yes, but okay, this should really be difficult to create those NFTs. How did you do that, Yuri? There are different parts in it. I will show you how you can, once you have something that you want to share as an NFT, how to do that. But you can share anything as an NFT. This can be an image, it can be a picture, this can be an artwork, this can be a video, this can be even like a PDF, this can be an audio file. With Uncut, you have video, image, and audio as options, but an NFT can be anything. And so I created my NFTs with AI art. I created them with Midjourney, which I can also show you perhaps in another video if you would like that. That's also some of the things that we are discussing in my W3X Mastermind, which is meant for marketers and entrepreneurs that want to get their feet wet and want to use Web3 for their business. I will do a really short demo so that you can see how the NFT or the image that I created with Midjourney, how I created an NFT out of that image. And actually, this will be the NFT that you will get, and then you will have access to the recordings, and also you will be able to sell it afterwards if you want. You will see that there is a value attached to the NFT. So I would say let's go ahead, because this can really be interesting for you guys. Pay attention, and if you have questions, let me know. So let's go ahead. So here you see a couple of my own NFTs that I have already created. Then when I click on my network, I see all the people that are the closest to me in terms of NFTs. So who are the people that have the most NFTs in common with me? And I see that 3TS and Joel.com are two people that have a lot of NFTs in common with me. So our interests are likely to be aligned. So that's interesting to know, but that's not why we came here. So here you see all the NFTs that I have, not only minted on Uncut, but also from other places. Now let's go and hit the Mint NFT button on the upper right side. I choose for the CMO Stories smart contract. There we go. And then we need to choose the template. Will we create an image token, an audio token, or a video token? In my case, I will choose for the image token. As I promised, if you listen or watch all of the sessions, this is the NFT that you will get. And the NFT is not only an artwork on itself, but also through the NFT, you will get access to the recordings. So let's scroll down. Of course, we need to give a good title to the NFT, and we need to add a description. And at the end, we can choose a collection. On the next screen, we can add the benefits. Here, I've added 3 benefits. So access to the recordings of session 1, which was about Web3 and digital identity, access to the recordings of this session, which is about NFTs, and also access to the replay or the recordings of the 3rd session, which will be about the Metaverse. And then when we scroll down, you see the place where I will need to add the bonus content once the 3 sessions have been recorded. Then let's go to the revenue screen. Here we define, of course, the price of the NFT, which is if people would buy it. I said, okay, let's define a price of 0.04 ETH, which is around $80 if you buy it. But as said, if you watch all 3 sessions and you reach out to me, then I will airdrop you the NFT for free. And as you see, the number of copies is limited because I want to have a limited edition NFT. I could also decide to split the revenue, but for this NFT, it's not really relevant because I give it away for free. And at the end, we can also define the royalties percentage. So if you would sell the NFT on another platform, I still get 10%. That's also something that you can define in the smart contract for every NFT that you create and that you sell. Okay, let's go to the drop details. We can define a date. When will we drop the NFT? But I will do it now so that it's directly available. We could add a password. The password is optional, which I already did for my CMO Stories podcast NFTs. And I can do an airdrop, of course, to different people, as already mentioned. And I can make the NFT really private. If I don't want everyone to be able to buy it, I can also make it a private link. And then now we are ready to mint the token. Minting in progress. Minting may range from somewhere between a few seconds and a few minutes. And yes, there you have the token, the Web3 Basics Masterclass 2023 token is already available. You see it with a J from Yuri in it. And if you click on the overview, you see it's listed with all the other NFTs on my dashboard. So there we are back again. So now you have seen it didn't take much time once you have your art ready and what is the value that you are linked to this NFT to put it out there and put it available so that people can buy it. I use the Uncut network, and the advantage of that is that people can buy the NFT with their credit card. They don't even need a wallet at that moment. So that makes it really easy, for me and for others to have people from outside of the Web3 space coming into the Web3 space and getting their first NFT. This was actually what happened with a lot of the people that got my NFT. That was linked to my research study, my survey, if you want, about the state of Web3 marketing in 2023. So this as an example, also how NFTs can be used, of course. NFTs that I have, because I have also NFTs that I didn't create myself, but that I bought. For instance, the CX NFT. That's an NFT that gives me access to an event every year. Actually, Joe Polizzi did the same thing as Gary Vee did. You buy an NFT and you have access to an event every year. But in the case of CX, it's never-ending ticket. So I can go every year. And at the moment that I bought the NFT, now Ethereum has gone up in price, but at that moment, it was like the same price, 1 year ticket or a never-ending ticket. So what would you pick? And also I am in his community, in Joe's community, because of the NFT that I bought. So for me, that was a no-brainer. Another example is my penthouse in the Metaverse. We will talk about it next week, but I have bought my penthouse, not as a penthouse, but as an NFT. I bought an NFT, which was actually the certificate that proved that I owned the penthouse. And so by using the NFT, I log in the Metaverse and I unlock, if you want, my penthouse so that I can do everything I want with it. I can put stuff, like you see there, I have put pictures on the wall. I can do everything in my penthouse, add my content, and it's actually like a website, if you want. My thinking is that people will spend more time in my Metaverse than on my website, finally. Another NFT that I have, it's a POAP. What is a POAP? Proof of Attendance Protocol. Proof of Attendance Protocol. What is that? This is a proof that I was at a certain event. I could have done also POAP for this live stream, but mostly it's for events that take place. Like for instance, the Crypto Business Conference took place in San Diego last year. I was there, and I was there when Todd Smith gave a performance. He did the news. He did a performance with this new song. I would say prime time, if you want. And it was good, it was fun to be there. And I got a proof that I was there because I have the POAP. So that's also a kind of NFT that exists. And so Todd, he knows who are the people, because I have the POAP, that were there at that moment. So he can send stuff to those people. So he could send stuff to me if he wanted to. So that's also a way how you could use a POAP or an NFT. POAP is a special type of NFT. And of course, lots of other marketing ideas that you could have that are based on NFTs. For instance, I'm thinking of writing my next book. Okay, my really next book, that will be the book that I have written together with 36 other marketers in Mark Schaefer's team, if you want. So it's Mark Schaefer, the well-known author, well-known marketing strategist, well-known speaker and teacher. Also, is named one of the top 3 digital influencers worldwide. So I am in his book with my chapter about Web3. But this one, the idea that I have here would be like selling my book as an NFT so that people could buy the NFT, read my book, and resell it if they would want to, and also get access to extra features linked to the book. Another idea is to give access to a course through an NFT. So people need to buy the NFT to unlock access to the course. And of course, every NFT that you have, I showed it also earlier in the demo, people can see what are the NFTs that I have. And I showed you in the beginning when I did the demo that based on the NFTs that you have, people can see what are your interests. So this can also really be interesting for marketers. But a book is an idea, access to a course is an idea, and also access to community. If you have a community like I am in the Jump community, I have a Swoopa, which is an NFT, but I also have other NFTs, and I have an NFT that unlocks the access for me to the Sky Club, which is also in the Gem community. And if you haven't noticed it, I have some people from the Sky Club on my podcast. You have a special series with them. This some of the people, some of the brand builders from the Sky Club are on the podcast. Let me give you the link again. I have it here. So that's my podcast, cmostories.com. And maybe I will leave it on because that's also my next slide. If you want to learn more about NFTs, you can check out my podcast and you will see there are a lot of episodes about NFTs. Hello, everyone. Here we are again for the third session. For the Web3 Basics Masterclass. Today's session is all about the Metaverse. As you remember, maybe I showed you last time that I have a Metaverse penthouse. Here you see it a bit better. We will come back to that, but this is a good link between the second session and the third session. So the NFT, which is actually my ownership certificate of my penthouse. Metaverse, we can call it the next frontier. And what is interesting is that today I was invited by the Higher Gear CXO forum in the US. And actually they had a title that is really getting attention, of course, because the title was The Death of the Metaverse. I would say a bit provocative. It was, of course, not really the death of the metaverse that we have been talking, but it was like to get the attention. And it was interesting to talk to those CIOs, to the other people that are working for corporate companies in the US, how they see it. And actually, there was so much activity on the chat. There are so many questions. I can guarantee you the metaverse is not that at all if we see everything that is coming and that is going on and sometimes behind the scenes. But of course, you will perhaps ask me, Yuri, what is the metaverse? And as I said, I have prepared some video material for you, also some pictures. So let's just start with a video that I recorded about 1 year ago. It's a short video, and it was Katie Hackel who was presenting during Social Media Marketing World, and she was talking about the metaverse. So let me show you the video.
Shared experiences that happen sometimes in virtual spaces. It could be in VR or it could be inside a gaming platform. But it will also happen in the physical world as we move further with augmented reality and artificial intelligence and a lot of different things. You almost have to imagine like your digital lives, right, that you've been living for yourself or for your brands, catching up to your physical lives.
So let's go back to the slide. And let's stop sharing. I need to play a bit. I'm using StreamYard and there are a lot of tabs open. So here we are back again. And let's go back to the slide. Here we are. So what is the metaverse? And let you make the screen a bit bigger for you, like this. So it's a collective virtual shared space created by the convergence of virtually enhanced physical and digital reality. Actually, what also Kathy was saying. It's often referred to as the third generation internet or 3D internet. And actually, yeah, it encompasses augmented reality, virtual reality, and other immersive digital experiences. Why is now the metaverse important? Actually, the continuous growth of the internet and the increased demand for immersive experiences is there. So you should really have a look at the metaverse. It bridges the gap, as we said, between the physical and digital worlds. And it also enables collaboration, social interaction, and economic activity, and this in a virtual environment. I can assure you I only have a few theoretical slides, but it's nice to begin with that because this makes you understand the examples that I will be showing you. So the metaverse in Web3, because yeah, that's actually what I'm talking about in my class. So the metaverse as a part of Web3, where it is powered by blockchain technology. And so it ensures trust, security, and ownership of digital assets. It also facilitates decentralized finance, non-fungible tokens, and other Web3 innovations. And it encourages collaboration, innovation, and new opportunities for businesses and individuals alike. So those are a few slides just to give you some definitions. But what we will do today, I give you now a little tour in my own metaverse penthouse. And then we will have a look at the different other, I would say, events, as I said, that I organized and that I participated in. And so you will have a feeling about what is actually the metaverse on different metaverse platforms. So yeah, let's now have some fun and visit my virtual penthouse. And I hope that the technology will not cause any troubles, because always when you go live, you have things like that. So let's just keep our fingers crossed. Here I am in my metaverse, and let's just do a little walk. So here I am. It looks a bit like me. The avatar. I have in my penthouse, I have this movie theater. It's a small one where I can give presentations, but where you also can watch movies. You see it here on the wall. You can see, if you visit when I'm not there, you can watch all these movies. You can visit my website. You see it there. You can take a seat if you want. You can walk a bit around. That I have my CMO Stories podcast on the wall that you can listen to or visit. You have my mastermind that you can join. You can click there. I have a few videos here on the wall, short videos that you also can watch if you want. You can have a look outside if you want some fresh air. Here you see the nice view. You have my helicopter there, and you have a portal to visit other portals on spatial. Actually, we are on the spatial platform. Yeah, you see I can walk. Here you see some NFTs that I have. They are on the wall. NFTs that I created myself and NFTs that I bought, which gives me access here. These NFTs give me access to Jump community. And yeah, I can also go upstairs where I have dance floor. Again, nice view. And also a place here to put some pictures on the wall or some movies or whatever. And people can sit down and we can have a chat. So it's a place actually where I already did some events. I will show you directly, but you can also visit it when I'm not there. And how can you visit this? If you're curious about that, you can just go to, let me see if I can find the right banner, yuri.link/penthouse. You only need to create a login and it's free. You can just walk around and have a look at my penthouse. It's like a website, actually. You can find all my information, but it's just a different feeling. The only thing that you need to do is create your avatar, of course. So that was the penthouse. So let's remove from here and let's go back to the presentation. It was a short walk, but now you have already an idea of how does it look like. Of course, it's a different feeling if you use these VR headsets or you use your laptop. Most people will use their laptop or their computer, but if you use a headset, like this Oculus headset, then you really have the feeling as if you are in the room and walking around. So let's go back to these slides. Here you have some pictures, actually. So you see that there is also a possibility in spatial to use your own face, as you see on the left on my slide. In the beginning, I used my own face, but I felt all the other people that came in my penthouse or I met on spatial, most of them had a real avatar face. So I said, okay, let's just create an avatar. And so the idea is for me that I look more or less the same in different, I would say, places. So I see that at this moment there is someone, I think, visiting my penthouse. Oh, that's nice. So yeah, I use the avatar so that people can recognize me if I go to other metaverses that look the same, so that I know it's me. At this moment, the metaverses are not really, I would say, linked. So the avatars look a bit different. We will see that. But in the near future, I hope that we will be able to use, the same avatar everywhere. So these are some of the pictures from my penthouse. Also, one of my friends in the RISE community, Bruce, has also his virtual penthouse. I think it's the Dubai penthouse that it is called. And as you see, Bruce has put the NFT, my NFT that he got, on his wall. Actually, Bruce participated in my survey, the state of Web3 marketing in 2023. And he has put the NFT that he got on the wall. So let me come a bit again on the screen so that you see me. So Bruce has put his avatar on the wall. And my NFT on the wall. And I like it. It looks great. And for him, he's happy with the NFT. And I'm happy that he shows it. So you see, an NFT can really be something nice to have. And if you watch the live or the recording until the end, then you will get also one of these NFTs, well, another art piece, but you will get an NFT. It doesn't matter if you're watching now on the webinar or on LinkedIn or Facebook or YouTube or on Twitter. We are live on 5 platforms at the same time. So just continue and you will have the opportunity to get NFT and get all the recordings for free. So this is Bruce's penthouse. Also, we organized together with other people. I did that. I was the first one who took the initiative, but then I got people in my team to help me in the RISE community. We organized events and experiences in the metaverse, like, for instance, mini meta talks, which are like TED Talks, short talks. And how did we do that? First, we gathered in a penthouse. So as you see, we are here. It was like the place where we gathered together. I gave a short introduction about the different topics that you are going to speak. And then we took a portal. If you see these circles on the screen, those are portals. We clicked on a portal and we went to another space on spatial in the same metaverse. Here is an example of one of those spaces. And also that is a person giving a presentation, a talk, and also showing slides on the walls. And at the same time, different people are attending with their avatar, listening, asking questions, engaging with each other, and networking. For me, it's a different feeling to do that with lots of those people. I'm in Belgium, lots of those people are in the US, but also some in Australia or in Canada or in Ireland. And it's a good, nice feeling because I use my VR glasses to be there with those people. It feels like you are in the same room and experiencing something together. And that's different feeling than, for instance, a Zoom meeting. And at the end of all these talks, then again, we went to the penthouse, and as you saw the little movie theater that I had there, and then we were together and debriefing a bit about the event, talking a bit about what can we do next time, does someone have inspiring ideas? So we did that there and we talked, and great fun. And then afterwards, people were posting those pictures on their social media. And yeah, we got quite a lot of engagement. So that was fun. And also we learned something, because every talk was really, about a specific topic in marketing. Also, we did an AI art exhibition, and this was around Christmas. So people could create different art pieces, and I think we had 3 categories. And then in each category, we were voting to get a winner. You see here, we were in a gallery in the Metaverse. Here are a few pieces on the wall created with AI art, like Midjourney or DALL-E. On this, I would say, screenshot, we had a few other pieces, and you see there are little post-its on the wall. Actually, those were votes, because you see that the art that you see over there, I think it was the winner, because it got a lot of votes, a lot of post-its on it. And so we had like post-its on the wall, and so we had 3 winners, and that was really fun. And of course, it's coming together, it's having a bit fun, but also networking and getting to know these other people and getting to know the possibilities that you can have with these metaverses, like spatial, not only AI art, which is also interesting to learn about AI art, but also about what can we do in the metaverse. We also made selfies actually in the metaverse. That's also an option that you can do with spatial, but then you need to have a VR headset. Oh yeah, I see a reaction from Jim. Last time you had other commitments. Yeah, Jim, I hope that you can be there for the next event. I think there is one, I think it's still in April. I think even it's next week. I need to check my calendar. I think it's next week. I hope that you can be there. If not, we are doing an event every month. But it's really fun to meet people. And like I met Jim, I hope to meet Jim during the next event. Thanks for your comment, Jim. So next, here see we had also some fun at the end. We did some dance moves at the end of we called it the holiday AI party, the AI art exhibition. So that's also fun. It doesn't need to be always that serious, of course. But marketers can sometimes be a bit crazy, of course. And here's another one. We went in the jacuzzi together. Imagine that with people from all around the world. I think those are 5 countries that we see there in the jacuzzi, representing 5 countries. And that was in Chalet, actually. So also great experience to do that, a bit of fun. Oh, this was also nice. Frank Prendergast. He made a video when we had a panel discussion around the different metaverses, and Frank made a video about this as an introduction. And let me just play that for you, because you will see metaverses like Room 3D. I will come back to Room 3D a bit further in the presentation, but then you have already an idea what is Room 3D and other metaverses like. So let me just go and share it. So as you see, there are different kind of metaverses. We will come back to room 3 at the end, which is for me the most big, perhaps business-like metaverse because it's about meetings. But you also have these gaming-like metaverses like Fortnite and Roblox. But don't be mistaken, also in Roblox and so on, events are taking place. Big brands are organizing stuff already in Roblox. And those, I would say, if we can call them metaverses, have already a lot of users. So therefore, of course, the big brands go to those places, I would say. Another event that I organized was not for the RISE community, but was for the GEM community with Jeff Kaufman, who is the founder of the GEM community. And in the GEM community, we also have the Sky Club. And with the Sky Club members, I met in my penthouse. So here you just see a screenshot when I was discussing with Jeff in the beginning of the session, how he would organize it. But actually, it was like a networking event, discussing, talking with avatars in the penthouse. That was also really interesting for me, not only receiving messages from people like in a Discord server, but being able to talk to those people and interact with their avatars. Oh, that's also another one event with the Web3 doers community. That's another community that I'm a part of. And also we did a networking event. So I'm really connecting with people from around the world. I think most of them were from Europe. And there is also a video. So let me show that to you. See the Eiffel Tower. It's impressive, all these different places and the feeling that you have. Now you see it probably on a laptop screen or on a computer screen. But if you use a headset, it's really, you see the Eiffel Tower like very close to you. So I think it gives something special if you are open to that, and it will. The world is evolving. Certainly the younger generations are used to that. Yeah, I think you really should have a look at what are the possibilities, what we can do with the metaverse. For me, it's a lot about networking, about learning. But you see, already for three communities, I participated in events like this. And we are not finished yet with the presentation. Let me go again to the slides. So that was also an event that I participated in with the Web3 Doers community by Chris Koronovsky. Thank you, Chris, for the video. Also, I went to the Exclusible Yacht Party. So Exclusible is the company that built the penthouse that I have. They have built different penthouses, which you could buy if you bought an NFT. That would be like the certificate of access for your penthouse. Exclusible, they make a lot of nice stuff. They made this ski chalet that you saw, this penthouse from Bruce, my penthouse. Here they built a yacht and they did a party. And if you're now watching this live and you're interested in have your own exclusive property in the metaverse, you can send me an email, yuri@efficado.com, as I'm now let's say I am now a partner with Exclusible. I'm partnering with them, so I can get you into touch with the right person and even help you to define your requirements. If you would like to have that, you can just find me on social media or send me an email. So that's the yacht. Here, Decentraland. Yeah, that's another metaverse. So here I am, that my avatar is different than the avatar on Spatial. Actually, here I am at the Fashion Week in Decentraland, which is an event that's every year that they organize, where big brands, do a fashion show and sell fashion. Digital fashion is really a thing. And in Metaverse, the fashion industry is like the top industry that is using the Metaverse. And also there, I have a video for you. So let me show it. So this was the Fashion Week in Decentraland. I actually had a conversation with Giovanna from Decentraland, who is organizing the Fashion Week every year. You can find it on my podcast, cmostories.com. Actually, it's the first real episode of season 2. So if you'd like to learn more about the Fashion Week in Decentraland and you want to know what is the story behind it, just go listen to that episode on my podcast. And then we have the Room 3D experience. This is not a metaverse where you use an avatar, you use your own face. So I participated in a round table, and you can imagine you are at the table, a real round table, and you see all the people on the other side, on the left, on the right. I think the maximum is at this moment 16 people, but that's really a lot already to have on a round table. So I was there at the round table, and I could see the people on the other side. I could see the people next to me, and then people that were not visible because my screen was too small to see everyone, of course. You could see them on top of the screen. So that was really a nice place to discuss instead of on a Zoom meeting, on a Teams meeting, in a round table. And you could have places like in Paris, in London, New York, every space in Room 3D, every room, I should say, has its special decoration. And also they asked me to not only be there at a round table, but also do an interview. And I think they sometimes they call Room 3D Zoom on steroids, because it's really a nice experience to do this. It's still in the early stages that the Room 3D is, because they are still building, but you can already use it if you want. Just send me a message and I can get you a free test account, or at least an account that is really cheap at the moment, because they are in the founding stage, and I'm an ambassador for Room 3D. So let's see if I can. The next slide is actually, they announced on their LinkedIn the roundtable. It was a private roundtable with influencers from the Web3 space, from the Metaverse space. And they took my quote. You see the quote there. People don't see themselves in a metaverse, but eventually it will become an integral part of our lives. I really think that will be the case, but it's still early. It will take some time for most people to adapt. In the beginning, when the internet was there, people were not thinking about using the internet. When the GSM came, people were not thinking of using a mobile. And then the smartphone came. And again, every new technology, it takes time before everyone starts to use it. Also, when internet came and social media came, in the beginning, people were thinking, why should I be on LinkedIn? Why should I be on Facebook? And when you're early, you have always an advantage. Okay, not so many people are there, but it gives you a competitive advantage. So let me now show you part of an interview that I did. So here with this lady, Claudia, she interviewed me. I won't show all the interview, but just part of it, in a room. So let me just take the recording.
Yuri, welcome Yuri to Room.
Hi, Claudia. I'm happy to be here.
We are very happy to have you. Could you maybe start with saying a few words about yourself? What do you do?
Yes, so my full name is Yuri Bilast. I'm in Belgium, and I'm a Web3 marketer and also fractional CMO for businesses. So I help Web3 companies with their marketing, or I help Web2 companies that are in traditional businesses to onboard on Web3.
Marketing? Could you share some?
So let me stop sharing that one. So you see, Room 3D it's a more lifelike experience, because you see the faces of the other persons that you are talking to. So you have roundtables, but you have also desks, or it really depends on how many people that you have and what is the feeling that you want to have. You can also have a regular meeting room with a wall with a PowerPoint presentation, for instance. I will use it for my marketing mastermind. I will invite people on Room 3D when everybody is ready for it. And then we will discuss stuff through screen sharing on a wall, with a PowerPoint on a wall, or just making like notes on the wall. It's also possible on Room 3D. It's also possible on Spatial to do that, but then of course it's with the avatar. And on Spatial at this moment, what you can have is if you are in a room, you can have, people can enter the room when you are there. If you don't want that, then of course there's a possibility to pay for an account on Spatial because the standard is free. You can just visit it, and then you can token gate a room or your, I would say, property on Spatial, and then people can only come in if they have like the right token. So let's see what I still have for you. Slides. Oh yeah, of course. I promised you that. So now if you want to have the recordings, or if you like to have an NFT, your first NFT, you see there is a price at this moment. If people could buy it now, we haven't announced it. I think I announced it last time, but not really with a lot of indications. But you could buy the NFT, $78 is the official price. It's 0.04 ETH. But you don't have to buy it. I will give it to you. I will airdrop it to you, what we call. And how can I airdrop it to you? How can I give it to you? 3 ways. Either you have already a Web3 domain name. If you watch the first session, maybe you have bought already your Web3 domain name and linked it to a wallet. Then you can give me your Web3 domain name. And that's the easiest way for me to just drop the NFT in your wallet. It's done in 1 second or 2 seconds. Or you have a digital wallet, but you don't have yet, I would say, the Web3 domain name. Then you can just give me your complex wallet number. You just copy paste it from, for instance, your MetaMask, and you give it to me, and then I can drop you the NFT. And the last way to do it is if you just send me an email, give me your email address, and then I can guide you just to create an account on the place where I have the NFT, which is on Uncut, and then drop you the NFT in the wallet that will be created if you create an account with your email address. So that's how to do this. There is only a certain number of NFTs available, like I did it last time, and you are free to do with it what you want afterwards. It will be the key to unlock the recordings. Once you have the NFT, you will see that it opens, I would say another screen where you can have the recordings. Or once you have watched the recordings or you don't need the NFT anymore, you can resell it even, and you can do with it what you want. That's actually the promise of then Web3. The only thing is, it's a smart contract. I will still get 10% of the price that you paid for, that you sell it for. So if you sell it for $100, I would get $10 and you would get $90. But then, of course, in ETH, depending on the price of ETH at that moment. So I guess you will, if you are lucky, the price of Ethereum will be higher at that moment. And then for people now watching and wanting to take a next step. So as I already mentioned a few times, I have this mastermind. This mastermind is for marketers, for entrepreneurs, and they are interested in Web3 and in the Metaverse and in NFTs and in digital identity and so on. So if you are watching, probably you are interested, but maybe you don't know where to go to. Maybe you don't know how to approach Web3. Maybe you don't know who to trust. Maybe you don't have the right community to talk about the possibilities or challenges that you may have. Therefore, I have my Web3 Marketing Mastermind, where we have weekly meetings, where we are talking about challenges, about opportunities. What can a business do with Web3? For instance, there is a restaurant owner, and they have a membership that they're launching, and they want to have a unique membership linked to an NFT. And we are discussing this during the mastermind. We are discussing challenges, ideas, and because you are different people have different opinions. And it's not only about challenges, of course. I also help you. I teach you stuff. If you have questions, we answer your questions. If you have questions about an NFT, about Metaverse, about what is a DAO, about how can I create the art for my NFT, if you have questions about how can I use AI for my NFT, or can I define my strategy, all of this we are discussing in this mastermind. So yes, if you are interested in joining, if you want to have talk with me about it, you can send me an email, you can send me a message. Best way to reach me is on LinkedIn, but you can also send me an email, as I already said. That's here. But the easiest way is on LinkedIn, because then we can have a chat. And if then you think that it can be interesting for you, then I'm ready to jump at you on a call and to give more explanation about this. So actually, it's what do we give with a mastermind? It's personalized support. We are with like-minded entrepreneurs with similar goals and similar challenges. And you will see some of these meetings we do in the Metaverse. I also make sure that we have visitors to join the mastermind at the moment that we have questions that is really specific. Then I invite someone. I now know a lot of people thanks to my podcast. I can invite them to come. At this moment, it's still interesting to join because there are not so many people on. So you have a lot of space to your questions and to get your personal projects, I would say, on the agenda. Thank you so much for watching the recording. Take care.